Hey guys, my name is Matsumo, and today I'm excited to say that it looks like Tachanka is finally going to be getting the buff that he deserves in Rainbow Six Siege. Now I want to say that this is not 100% confirmed. Ubisoft has not made any official announcement, they have not released any patch notes confirming that this is true, but it's looking highly likely. So the reason why I say this is that recently a picture was released with a bunch of developers in it in front of this Hearthstone Siege crossover. Now you might be thinking, alright, that's cool, but what the hell does it have to do with Tachanka? Well, if we look on the left-hand side of this poster, we notice that there is this random picture posted on the wall. If we zoom on up to it though, that's where things get a little bit more interesting. It appears to be Tachanka on the outside of house. I'm not really sure exactly why a defender is on the outside of the building, but the key difference from this Tachanka, from the one that we have in game, is that it looks like he has a huge shield on his turrets. Now, once again, this does not mean that Tachanka is getting a buff. Maybe they're just trolling us, but I have a suspicion that the developers knew exactly what they were doing when they posted this picture, and they're giving us a sneak little peek of what's to come with this operator. Now, at least for me, this brings up loads of questions on how this is going to function in Rainbow Six Siege. Is it going to be just like Blackbeard, where it absorbs a couple of bullets so that Tachanka doesn't die from a headshot immediately? Because if that's true, this is going to be a game changer not only for this operator, but also for the defensive team. If you place this down on the objective or in a long hallway where you know the enemy's going to be coming from, and then place a deployable shield in front of you, I don't know how the enemy is going to be able to take you out. Sure, if it functions the same way as Blackbeard does, where you put enough bullets into the shield and eventually breaks and then they can kill you, then that might be one way of doing it. But the fact that they can't shoot your body because of the deployable shield, they can't shoot your face because of the shield on the turret, it's going to be really difficult to take care of Tachanka. And so if this is the way that Tachanka is going to be working in the upcoming DLC or patch, I have a feeling that his pick rate is going to go through the roof. Not only because he's going to be better, but also because it just makes sense for the defensive team to have this guy on your team. If you can reliably lock down a long corridor and everyone else can just watch Tachanka's back so that he doesn't get flanked, it's going to be very, very difficult for the enemy to take that guy out and even get anywhere near that objective. The other way that this could possibly work, because it's kind of hard to tell from this picture, is that the shield may only protect the sides, and then the slit in front of the barrel is going to be open for an easy headshot. This won't be as powerful. It will still be a nice upgrade to Tachanka, so if someone enters a room and you're not aiming directly at him, the shield will absorb some shots so that Tachanka can react and then whip his turret and then fire at the enemy. But in most cases, if Tachanka is looking at you, you're looking at him, and you've got the peeker's advantage on your side on the offensive team, you're going to have no problem taking him out. So if there is this opening, which you can line it up and get a direct headshot on Tachanka, I don't think this is going to be as influential or as big of a deal as some people are making out to be. It could be, who knows? Maybe a tactic that some people will use is that you'll kind of look to the left or right of a doorway. Someone enters in, you can see them on the periphery because you can see through this transparent shield. The enemy shoots, they realize that they're only hitting a shield. They stop shooting, the Tachanka then whips around when they realize that they can, and then shoots the enemy in the face. Maybe that will become a valid tactic. I have no idea, but it's definitely not going to be nearly as powerful as having essentially a Blackbeard shield at the end of your turrets. And so let me know what you guys think about this supposed leak. Do you think that this is confirmation that Tachanka is getting a buff? Do you think that Ubisoft is just trolling us right now? And how would you like this buff to function? Should it be like Blackbeard's shield? Should it be something a little bit different? Give me your guys' thoughts down below. The next thing I want to talk about is that the new Muzzle Brake that was introduced in the most recent patch about a week ago has already been nerfed. If you weren't aware, the Muzzle Brake was basically overpowered. You could use it on every single one of the weapons, and supposedly the way that it was supposed to function was it was only meant to reduce basically the first shot out of a weapon when you pulled the trigger, and everything else after that was going to have a lot of recoil. That's not actually how it functioned. Apparently, Ubisoft screwed things up a bit slightly, and the Muzzle Brake was actually reducing the recoil of every single one of the shots out of the barrel. So not only the first shot, but even if you were holding down the trigger, it was also having a substantial decrease in the weapon's recoil. And so for basically every single one of the weapons in the game, there was no reason not to use the Muzzle Brake because it was blatantly overpowered. Thankfully, Ubisoft realized their mistake and they hotfixed the problem. So now we actually get more variety in our attachments, and there isn't just one attachment that you want to use on every single one of the guns, and we get more variety here. So the muzzle brake is still very potent. If you're playing with a designated marksman rifle or you're using a pistol, you should be using the muzzle brake. Because these are tap fire weapons in their design, you're not going to be holding down the trigger for a designated marksman rifle. This just reduces their recoil across the board, and they are a hell of a lot more accurate. I've also had some pretty good success with this attachment on the slower rate of fire weapons as well, like the L85 assault rifle. If you're someone who tap fires all the time, this is going to be the attachment for you, but if you do go burst fire or full auto more frequently, then you might want to steer something towards the flash hider or the compensator. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Give me your thoughts on what we discussed today. Are you thrilled with the potential that Tachanka is going to be getting an upgrade soon? Or are you disappointed that the muzzle brake got a nerf because you love that reduction in the recoil? Let me know down below. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.